28.
28.
28 piccolos.
30.
30 clarinets.
31.
31.
31 trumpets.
22.
22.
22 mellophones.
11 baritones.
23.
23. 23 alto saxes. 12.
12 tenor saxes.
27.
27 drummers.
2 majorettes.
11 trombones.
4.
4.
4 drum majors.
13. 13 tubas.
16.
16. 16 color guard.
This
This.
is the pride of the ACC.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Adam Pohl, and welcome to the Pride of the ACC as we take a look at the Marching Tar Heels in our new program, and we're so excited to unveil it for you. For myself, this is a great honor to be with you today as an alum of the Marching Tar Heels, and we have with us the Director of University Bands in Jeff Fuchs. And Jeff, this is great. We're really excited to be starting this program together. So we're going to be doing shows here throughout the year to bring you closer to the Marching Tar Heels, bring our alumni in, also look to bring recruits and high school folks to give a look at what it's like to be a Marching Tar Heel. And with that, of course, unfortunately, Jeff, this is going to be a year that is unlike any other for you running this program. It's going to be a modified season, undoubtedly, here in the fall of 2020.
Yeah, Adam, we received word on Friday, July 31st, that we were not going to be allowed to play wind instruments. And our kids were moving in August 2nd or August 1st and 2nd. So we had to act quick, and we're fortunate we're able to keep the drum line and guard going this year. But all the kids that play wind instruments, until further notice, they can't participate. And so we went ahead and did camp, and we got a lot of the social stuff out of the way and got the kids to know each other. And thus the idea for this show, as you said, to keep our kids engaged, our alumni engaged, future members informed of what's going on. And we're still going to be doing performances that we can show this way to either past bands or things we're going to be doing with the drumline and guard, and even things we're going to bring in the rest of the kids to do that won't involve them playing their instruments.
And we're about to meet one of them. Tell us a little bit about Becca Clemens, who helps out with your low brass section and also the low woodwinds.
Yeah, Becca's awesome. She was a 4-year member of the Marching Tar Heels. She's from right here in Chapel Hill. I've known Becca since she was probably in middle school when she was taking lessons on campus. And like I say, she marched all 4 years, played in wind ensemble, played the orchestra, was in jazz band. She left us here, went to Texas State University in San Marcos and did her master's and came back. She's now a middle school band director in Chatham County. And we just love having her on our staff. She relates well to the kids. And she and her colleague, Casey Spillman, is our other low brass, but they work with trombones, baritones, tubas, and tenor saxes. And it's great having Becca because she knows the program and she knows how it runs, but she's also super creative and super fun. And I love having her around. The kids love getting to know her. So you all will enjoy getting to know Becca as well.
Well, let's take a look here at our conversation from earlier this week here with Becca Clemens.
I was in the Marching Tar Heels from 2010 to 2014. I have a lot of memories of the Marching Tar Heels. There's an evening at the beginning of band camp where they bring you into a dark room and the whole band is in there kind of hidden, and then their glow sticks come out and they start playing through all of the UNC school songs. And that's a great introduction and a great tradition that I know that they continue to do, although with COVID this year, it might have been slightly different. And then the travel after that, places like Albuquerque, and we ended up in Missouri a couple times, just kind of following the team around for basketball games, women's and men's. And those are some great memories, getting to see places I don't think I ever would have been, or getting to eat some food that I think I wouldn't have gotten to eat, you know. I think being able to have the opportunity to teach at my alma mater is something I just feel extremely lucky to have been able to do. And I feel extremely lucky every day I get to be there. I don't feel like I lost any connections stepping out from the university and into the workforce. I feel like I can call any one of those teachers at any time. And that's kind of the beauty of the community that comes from being at Carolina. And so teaching there is a joy, an absolute joy. And the students are incredible. Every year I'm reminded to just how smart and capable every single one of them is. And so they're an inspiration on a daily basis. So yeah, I feel really lucky. I think one of the things I told our students in the low brass section was that we don't really know what the rest of this year is going to look like. And as courses move online, this section that they're in, like the trombones or the baritones, the tubas or the tenor saxes, these may be the only people they get to interact with and meet as part of a in-person class. And we didn't get to play at band camp, but they at least got to spend some time together, socially distanced. And I told them to kind of cling to that for the rest of the year and take care of each other, because really the Carolina Band does such a good job with this community. And they're even more important now that these students might not get to get out and experience and have the usual college experience that they would normally get day to day. And I know even in a normal year, a lot of times you lean on those members of your section. I think my freshman year, I met my roommate for the next 3 years in the trombone section. And so those relationships really matter. And I think they matter even more now. And so I hope that they continue to meet safely and talk to each other and pull each other through until we get back to normal.
Welcome back to the Pride of the ACC. My name is Adam Pohl, joined by Jeff Fuchs. And Jeff, every year you always have such a great group of drum majors. And it's one of the great honors of being in the marching band. You don't see many freshmen, obviously, that are going to be a drum major, right? I mean, it's one of the work your way up and to lead the band forward. And you got to tell us about this great quartet of drum majors that are set for 2020.
Yeah, you know, Adam, several years ago, we went to all senior drum majors. So every year we pick 4 senior drum majors. And we're quite unique, I think. We pick our drum majors by a vote of the students. We ask the students in the band who they feel have established themselves as leaders, who they will respect, who they will follow. And they tell us it's not a popularity contest. They're very honest with us with who they think should be these people. And I tell the kids all the time, this isn't a 5-minute audition. This is a 3-year audition. You know, and these kids have really proven over time that they're committed to the program. They do things the right way. They set great examples. And this year's really different. You know, they're not going to get to conduct. The picture behind me is what they would turn around and see if they were on the drum major platform. That's right. Yeah, that's where I'm standing or sitting right now on my virtual background. This is the view that we have of Keenan. And they're not going to have that this year. They're not going to hear the band play when they conduct. But gosh, they were great leaders through camp, and they're great leaders. They will be. Katie Holtz, a senior in the mellophone, came from the mellophone section. Kaylee Burrell came from the alto saxes. DJ Terrell and Melanie Beam came from the clarinet section. 4 great kids that they themselves coalesced to form a section during band camp. A unique section that they knew each other, but not as well as they do now. And they're quite the group, and I look forward to staying in touch with them because we also build a unique relationship with the drum majors. They kind of come over to the director side of things. And so
Certainly.
I'm sure you all will enjoy getting to know them as I did this past week.
So let's take a look in at Katie, Kaylee, DJ, and Melanie.
Hi, my name is Katie Holt. I'm Kaylee Burrell.
My name is DJ Terrell.
My name is Melanie Beam.
And we're the drum majors.
The drum majors are the student leaders of the band, responsible for setting the attitude, tone, and energy for our membership, both in rehearsal and at performances.
And our role as drum majors is to make sure that we have the band sound great, look great, and make sure they have enough energy to perform during game day, while also trying to create social activities to help them foster in lifelong relationships with people within the marching band.
I used to play balafon, but I auditioned for drum major because I wanted to serve the people who have dedicated so much time to growing me as a person. In my free time, I volunteer in 2 different research labs, one in the biology department and one in the psychology department. I also spend my weekends as an instructor at Helping Horse in Wendell. In the future, I hope to apply and get into medical school in hopes to become a surgeon in the future. I also hope to continue with my passion for music many years down the line.
Before I was a drum major, I played the clarinet in the Marching Tar Heels. Being a drum major for the 2020 season has been and will continue to be full of ups and downs, but has been amazing to be part of this team. Outside of band, I am majoring in political science and history with a minor in public policy. I am also a sister of Tau Beta Sigma National Honorary Band Sorority, an organization that is dedicated to serving collegiate bands, meaning the Marching Tar Heels here at Carolina. I'm also a member of Modern Extension Dance Company and Carolina Tap Ensemble. I have been dancing since I was 5, and finding a way to continue that passion and continuing to grow as a dancer while I was at Carolina was so important to me my first year. I also work on campus as a barista at the Stone and Leaf Cafe, and I also work as a departmental assistant in the history department. After my time at UNC, I plan on taking 2 gap years, during which I hope to work either for a nonprofit or on Capitol Hill. And I'm also going to take this time to prepare for law school, take the LSAT, and figure out where I want to go. I hope to one day be a leading expert on healthcare in the United States and help craft meaningful and effective public policy.
I play alto saxophone, but I ultimately decided to audition for drum major because I truly had a lot of respect for drum majors of the past, and I looked up to them greatly in my own personal life. I really wanted the opportunity to serve the band in a much larger capacity, and this role has just been an amazing experience, and I'm very grateful to have been a drum major this season. Outside of band, I'm an English and psychology double major. I am involved in Kappa Kappa Psi, which is a band service fraternity. I am an admissions ambassador, giving campus tours. I am a writing coach at the UNC Writing Center, and I lifeguard at the YMCA in the Chapel Hill area. After I graduate, I hope to obtain my master's degree in education and become a high school English teacher, where I also hope to maintain a close relationship with my band program, whether it's in my high school or just my local area in general. I would love to continue to inspire others and give back to the music programs in any way that I can.
Like I said, I also play the clarinet, and the reason why I decided I wanted to be drum major is because I thought that I would be able to provide a pleasant and helpful social experience for all engaged in the marching band, as well as making sure that everyone felt welcome and making sure to provide a positive, energetic feel to the marching band while also still being able to accomplish our goals. Outside of marching band, I also major in economics and minor in music and statistics. Outside of that, I also am in a fraternity called Kappa Kappa Psi, which helps not only the marching band, but also helps other wind ensembles on campus. Also, in my free time, I like to write music. I like to listen to music. Anything really musical, I probably like to do. Also, a big fan of eating spicy nuggets. As far as future plans go, after I graduate, I hope I'm still very much involved with the music fraternity Kappa Kappa Psi, as well as making sure to still keep in contact with the marching band. And also, I hope to be able to do something in my field of economics.
Well, that was a fantastic look at the drum majors of the Marching Tar Heels here in 2020. Matt Savage is going to be our alumni focus. Every week, we're going to take a look at an alumnus of the Marching Tar Heels And, we talked about a few of the others that are working on this show. Jeff, Matt goes back to my day when I was in the Marching Tar Heels. When I was in the Marching Tar Heels, it was 19 something, right? It wasn't even 2000. And it's so great to have Matt Savage was such a great leader of the drum line at that time. And he, even for a year, was the assistant director of the Marching Tar Heels, was such an instrumental piece of this organization for decades. And it's really fitting that we get to catch up with such a great old friend here on our first show.
Yeah, Matt's been awesome. He started in 1990 with Jim Heil as a percussion instructor and arranger. And, he was involved this week. We had him out to do a drum circle with the kids. And we lined the kids up in a block on the band. And Matt spent an hour and 15 minutes with them talking about leadership and teamwork, all through playing instruments and working together to create grooves. And yeah, the funny story, Adam, the first time I applied for this job was in 94 actually. And Matt was another finalist and he got the job and I didn't get the job. And
really?
Yeah. And he had it for a year and decided that he liked the part-time percussion gig better than the full-time assistant gig. So he resigned that position and lo and behold, they searched it again and I got it the second time. So, and then I worked with Matt, of course, for the next, from 95 to 2012, we worked together. So he holds a special place for me and the program. And it'll be great to reconnect with him. And we've stayed in touch and he's still very much part of this program and what he does.
Well, let's connect again with our good old friend, Matt Savage.
Well, it's an amazing story how I even got to Carolina. I was living in Southern California. My father-in-law said, why don't you call up Carolina? Why don't you call up NC State? Why don't you call up Duke? See if they're looking for an assistant director who can teach percussion. I called Duke, nobody answered. I called NC State, nobody answered. I called Carolina, and if you know Jim Heil, he was in his office over the Christmas break doing work, preparing for the band, and told him who I was and what I did. He goes, actually, we're looking for an assistant director who can teach percussion. Can you come in tomorrow for an interview? I was like, are you kidding me? This is kind of like meant to be. So the Carolina experience really put my life on a whole different course. I moved from Southern California teaching drum corps and teaching at a junior high band and moved me to Chapel Hill. It's really cool to hear my music continue to be played and for it to be passed down year to year. And you're right, for anybody who's ever been around, when you hear cha 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 chakum 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 gadum gatum chum ba 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 ba, ooh, it just gets the blood going, right? And that's the power of the drum, and that's why we love percussion. And it's like I said, I just got to say it's rewarding and heartwarming to see that continue and to come back and still have a little bit of a connection to it. It was great to get the call from Jeff Fuchs to ask me to come back to be a part of this year's band camp on the field at Kenan Stadium, one of the coolest places ever to hold a Rhythm Alive drum circle event. It wasn't really a circle, it was like a grid. We were all spread out. But man, it was so cool to be on campus. I don't live in Chapel Hill anymore. I live in Holly Springs. And no matter how long it is between when you leave and when you come back, whoever's there, you always have a really immediate connection with everybody because you've all been through the same thing. You've all played the fight song thousands of times. You've been on that march on a Saturday. You've practiced together. You have an immediate connection. So it was very cool to be back in Chapel Hill. As of March 12th, all of my regular clinics and judging and teaching just stopped. And as a freelance musician, my wife and I are both freelance educators and performers. That's kind of scary. Also did a master's program, 2-day percussion intensive with some students at the American Band College. That was virtual also. 120 band directors working on snare drum over the internet. It was great. And then also just teaching some high school band camps and private lessons, even doing some drum circle leadership sessions online. We all do what we need to do to make it work. And in a way, we've, I think, all become more creative in how we can offer these things to make it work for us and for others. So right now, that's kind of about it. Looking forward to being able to get back in person with people.
Well, what a great time here today. Thank you for being with us. We're not done yet, though. We had a great time checking in with Becca Clemens, who helps run the low brass and the low woodwinds of the Marching Tar Heels. We got to meet our drum majors and catch up with an old friend in Matt Savage. But, Jeff, this is such a unique time. And overall, I know that many of us, people like me sitting in this chair, alumnus and people that have so much pride of being a part of this organization, are wondering, in a year like this, how can we help?
Yeah, Adam, the alum have already helped so much. As soon as we found out we couldn't play, I sent a note to our 3,600 alumni that we have contact information for, and I said, help us out. Here's a list of contacts here's the list of current students in the band. Send them an email of encouragement. Tell them you're thinking about them. Share your story with them. And, each kid in the band got at least 2 emails from alums, and many of them got 3. And that was a huge effort. Yeah, and some of the emails were just real tear jerkers, just amazing. And it really lifted up our kids. It kind of got them beyond the disappointment. And I think that's important for the alums to continue to support not only the students, but the program. We know we're going to be in for some tough times. We know football is not going to be able to be played into full stadiums, and that's going to, that financial hit is going to come down. So we're going to need both the emotional and support, but we're also going to need the financial support. And that's going to be important for our alums to stay engaged, to make sure that our students now can have those same kinds of experiences that they had when they were members.
Jeff, I know that for all of us alumni, seeing the Marching Tar Heels, even on the field one time this year, together and together with the cadence, that's something that we're going to watch now, that you had at the band camp last week, and that's going to be really special.
Yeah, we asked our kids, our leadership team, when this early onset happened, it's like, what things are critical to the marching band experience? And camp was one of them, to get to know everybody and get everybody enfolded. And the one thing we could all do that was also important to the students were the cadence dances, because that's something that transcends time for all of us. Everybody since I've been here have done them. We've standardized them over the last several years, but the trumpets have done their silly kicks to old cadence for years. And so that's what we chose to do in the evenings, among other social get acquainted things, is we taught all of the kids cadence dances. And then for our closing ceremony on Thursday night, we recorded that, went Facebook Live with it, so our families and some alums could watch it. We was also part of a bigger program where we recognize our seniors. But yeah, so that's what our performance feature this evening, or on the show this week, is going to be those cadence dances from the last night of band camp.
So let's take a look at, from band camp this last week, the cadence dances that took place.
we welcome the following members to midfield to be recognized for their loyalty to the University of North Carolina and the Marching Tar Heels.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. We hope you enjoyed our first show. We'll have many more to come, though, so stick with us. Keep watching us right here where you're getting us for more of the Pride of the ACC. So now, for Jeff Fuchs, my name is Adam Pohl. We'll see you again next week with more. Once again, thank you so much for being with us.